I hit the
I'll
button.
finish sending it out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Welcome to the Situation Room. This is this week in War Commander. We're on a bit of a skeleton crew at the moment. Things aren't working as well as they should. Let's leave it at that. So far on the panel, we have Black Hydra, we have Killer Queen, we have Roy by himself, and myself, the immortal Dr. Phil. We got a few things to go through this week. The downtime and release notes, of course, the January holdout, and the new thing that just got dropped on me about an hour ago when I got in from the bar was the building updates. And I've been trying to crunch these numbers as best I can. They look more positive than they are negative, but I haven't seen the new upgrade time. So again, as usual, that remains to be seen. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Evening, Phil. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place tonight.
I know you are. That's why I'm pretty much here doing what I do and filling in.
Hi.
Somebody's high.
I wish I was high and I wouldn't be having to do this and I'd be asleep. But
Sorry, Phil. Life is
it
crazy.
happens. We roll with the punches. I'll cover Roy when he needs me to cover him, and he needs me to cover him now, so I will do what I do. And fuck everybody who doesn't say I need to be on the show. Look, it's the short side of the fucking stick is when Roy needs somebody to take over and that has done a show for as long as I've done shows, who can do it in a professional manner. The best person to call is either me or Fear from Battle Vortex. And considering Fear's doing a podcast with Captain Ash right now, Fear's kind of busy, so you're all lumped with fucking me. So you can like it, lump it, or tough titty set the kitty. Right, let's delve straight into the patch notes for 9.03 downtime and release notes for the January the 16th update. Holdout, ready the platoons, as Holdout is about to begin, defend against waves of powerful enemies to win units, tokens, logistics, war paints, and more. And we will go into that afterwards and wield the awesome power of the Kraken and the Judge. And from what I can gather from the conversation I had prior to the show going live, the Kraken is pretty badass. And Nutcracker just jumped in. Good evening, Nutcracker.
Evening.
Hey.
Excellent. You're just in time. The building updates. New levels have arrived for the workshop, airfield, and the airfield now has war production. Don't miss on the advanced scout changes to the radio tower and the upgrade time reductions to the following building. Oh, crap. I think that's Rykon, but I'm not sure, so correct me if I'm wrong.
It is. Oh no, that's Black Covenant. Sorry.
That's Black Covenant. Okay, that's okay. Wrong guy. Sorry, Covenant.
I decided to join you after all.
Good.
Oh, awesome.
Excellent. So reductions to the buildings, the bunkers, the defense lab, command center, metal and oil storage, weapons lab, workshop, and radio towers. Shadow Ops, the final chapter of Shadow Ops Dawn of Destruction will now award 9 pieces of sentry tech upon completion. I don't know, that looks good, but I'm not entirely sure. Advanced missiles.
It's good.
It's good. Nutcracker says it's good. He has the Nutcracker, so I'm inclined to agree. The advanced missiles for the Seeker tech have been buffed at max level. Advanced missiles damage has been increased by 50% versus air and has +1 clip size. And the one bug fix this week, fix an issue when the Nova would not attack riflemen or other low HP units.
There goes doing the boss bases.
Okay. I'm assuming people were using riflemen in some kind of...
Dude, that was the key to that base. That was the absolute key to that base.
It still is.
No, if they fix that issue where
No. You read it wrong.
I'm listening and reread it. What did you say?
Fixed an issue with the Nova would not attack riflemen or other low HP units, which means you can still use riflemen as a meat shield.
Well, we will find out very soon.
It wasn't really a meat shield, it was a
use
baiter.
them. That's theirs, not ours.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys, wake up.
Well, there you have it. That's the update notes for this week.
Not a whole lot there, but the building now. A few of us did some math.
Good. I'm glad you did because I didn't have time.
A few Cupid did some math, and I'm going to be honest. I think it was the towers that come at the final day just to do the last level. I think it come down to it knocked 15 or just so days off of just the final level for all five bunkers. So in a way, that's 15 days that you can kind of get caught up or don't have to struggle like some of the other people did. But to be honest, the only reason they did it is because guess what's banging on the door next month?
CC upgrade.
That's it.
Well, a rumor I saw someone say it's not going to be till March or April now, but I'm still going on the 6-month rollout.
When was the last one?
No. It's definitely February, March.
It's definitely February, March. I don't care what anybody says.
When was the last one?
August 15th.
It's
Let's say that was
definitely February, March.
September,
Yeah.
October, November,
Confirmed.
December, January, February, or yeah, it's February or March. It's got to be.
And
It's confirmed.
Storm Chaser he said they would get these reductions done before the new CC. So he is a man of his word.
And I have to give him props for particularly pulling the building up gate that he has done, simply because this is something that was discussed a long time ago, or when we were in better contact with Kickside than we are right now, when we had Storm available at the push of a button, so to speak. Some people still do have him in that kind of capacity, but it's good to know that a bunch of stuff we've actually said to him has finally come to fruition. New levels means reduction in old levels. So if you are behind in certain areas, this is going to benefit you more than others. And it's going to require some, well, I say balls from higher level people to accept this decision. You coined it when it first came out. Fair. Do you have the right to complain about a quality of life pass? No, you don't.
Because
No.
it was your choice. It was 100% your choice to coin it when you did.
Exactly. And that is what I was going to say before you interrupted me, you bastard.
I know.
It's
But
like
I'm good
Killer
at that.
Queen always says, nobody fucking forces you to coin.
No.
That's right.
That is 100% correct.
Well, it's like I saw someone say when, this last CC rollout, the 14 rollout back in August was, and it's like, well, if I bought a $4,000 TV and it went on sale the next week, I could go exchange it because the sale came out after I already spent the money. Well, I'm sorry. You didn't plan for anticipate a sale and you paid $4,000 for a TV and you returned it and got it at a lesser rate. I mean,
I have
that's not how.
Can I very, very quickly rebuttal this argument, because I was in the conversation where this argument happened. So yes, you buy a $4,000 TV and the next week it gets reduced. You're still within your 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can go back within the 30 days.
That ain't Kickside.
No, it isn't Kickside. But if you bought that $4,000 TV and 6 months later that $4,000 TV was reduced by 50%, give or take, you would not be able to go back and exchange that TV for a brand fucking new one.
Yeah,
So
you would.
take that fucking pissy little argument, turn that son of a bitch sideways and go fucking
Yeah, you would. You
You-
take it back and say it's bust. Give me my money. And then you go, buy one
only
at
if
cheap
you
rate.
have it within the year warranty.
Exactly. So you take
There
it
ain't no warranties in War Commander. Hell, everything.
No,
No.
there is not.
back. Exactly. That is the whole point.
And it goes by the old rule of acquisition. I can't remember which number it is, but it's called buyer beware.
That's what I'm saying. When that
And
person
no
used that,
refunds.
the person used that analogy, I'm like, that has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on here.
This is an entertainment thing.
Yeah,
You
it is.
go to a pier, you put your penny in a slot, you win, you lose. You can't claim it back because you're fucking pissed off.
It's like putting a fucking quarter in a slot machine.
I just said that.
But I'm trying to make it a little more American, because you know how these lot are. If
We're
you don't
fucking
Americanize
British.
it, I know. If you don't Americanize it in some way, they get very confused, and then they ask me a bunch of questions later on down the line. What's a penny?
We have pennies here in the U.S.
I
We
know
what
you
pennies
do.
are.
I'm taking the piss. Okay.
Y'all
so-
have cents.
No, we have pennies and pence. The only pence you've got is a dickhead in the White House, but that's beside the point.
Oh God, get away from the political shit. I don't want it on here. I don't need it on here. I don't got the time.
I come on this game for fucking get away from real life. So
That's
shut
right.
the fuck up and get on with it.
It was an
That's
opportunity I had to take, and I took it, and it went just as well as I thought it would.
Bill,
So
shut
we
the
get
fuck
on-
up and get on with it.
Right onto the building update. So we have new levels to the workshop. New levels 16 through 18 require CC 14. 16 will allow you to replicate common Gen 2 components. 17 will be uncommon Gen 2 components, and level 18 will be rare Gen 2 component replication.
For
So
high
17,
levels,
16, 17, and
pointless.
18. Yeah, high levels pointless, low levels, it will take them that long to get there. It will be pointless by the time that they do.
yeah, so it's pointless.
Pretty
It really, really is. But again, okay, airfield, new level 31 through 35. Again, CC 14 requirement unlocks additional units for war production. The Apollo, the Valiant, the Bonesaw, the Fury, and the Sphinx, and the Envoy.
Or
Or
It says and. It says
Or.
and. It
but it
says
should
and.
be or.
That's an ampersand. That's
I know
and.
it's a misprint. It should be or.
It should.
because you don't get
it-
both.
You don't get
Ah,
both.
Okay, so it should be Sphinx or Envoy, and remind me to give CM Bernie a lesson in his grammatical presentation.
Yes, it should be
of
or.
the-
You
Kusa.
unlock the ability at level 35 to have the Sphinx or Envoy, but you don't get to use them both at the same time.
Mhm.
It's either or.
That was my next question that you already answered before it even came up, which is excellent.
See,
new
you're
level
intelligent as
to
well.
Radio Tower. It sometimes you guys can even surprise even the immortal one.
That's because I'm fucking British.
Exactly. Okay, new levels. There are no new levels to the radio tower. However, it looks like they've changed what the levels do. With level 6 being advanced scout to show contents of bunkers.
Who gives
Which
a
I
shit?
haven't tried this, but mine's
awesome.
mad, so I'm gonna go look in somebody's
I
space.
used it.
If they
Yeah,
had had
it
this,
works pretty well.
if
It
they'd
does
had
work,
this-
but I don't give a shit.
It's exactly what they put in their shit.
if they'd have had that about a year ago, when we all know those dickheads who were running overcapacity bunkers and making people's lives a living fucking hell. You crack open
shit,
one
yeah.
bunker and a guy has a fucking 100 liberators just pour out of there like fucking cockroaches. That would have been great then.
It's
Not
like I'm
so
looking
great
in-
now.
I'm looking in Z-Man's base right now, and I
Okay.
can tell his towers ain't full. Naughty, naughty.
we can yell at Z-Man after the show. So level 7 will be advanced scout to show the contents of the drone silos. That's a nice one. I do like that. And level 10 show ranges of units when you click them during an advanced scout. It may sound a little ridiculous, but enough players who would know the game well enough would know the ranges and not have to use the advanced scout. But it does help
Yes.
if you're
does.
particularly looking for shit that is hidden.
It
Who would
helps.
hide stuff in their base? I don't
Well,
understand what you're talking about.
This is
hiding
what I-
shit behind trophies, hiding shit inside, behind the tech center or buildings that are on the outside, and all of that fun stuff that
Yeah,
smart
but
players
it
would
only
know how to
works
do.
if you can click on it.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Do you have to find it to click on it, or does it?
You got to find it to click on it.
That's a little bit shitty, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then we'll find out.
Makes no difference to me. They still go fucking flat.
So the upgrade timing reductions, and at some point over the next couple of days, I will take this spreadsheet that holds all of the reductions on it and make this into a better spreadsheet where the numbers are understandable. Because the only numbers that make any reference and deference to me are the changes in days.
What the fuck's that?
This is Kickside spreadsheet. Now the negative is
Yeah, anyway, move on.
would save. And for the most part, all
Move
the way
on.
through, like, yeah, I'm trying to compress this and condense it as much as I can. But at some point, I will make this more readable and understandable for the average player, as well as my fucking self.
Ooh.
So we move on to Holdout. That is the last thing in the notes for this week. So Holdout starts on January the 18th at 10 a.m. PST. Have your platoons at the ready. Reports of the hostile enemy movements. Blah, 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 blah. Holdout consists of 3 bases. We know all that already. You must protect it with the platoons. The bases scale in difficulty. Reports you with the units, components, progress prizes. So I can skip all this spiel and move down here. Standard survivors repair, sentinel repair, corpus specific unit repairs. And there's Romero repair and Sentry repair also. That's the kind of shit you can get. You know how Holdout works. So in Holdout, you cannot retreat, you cannot deploy air, so choose your platoon very carefully. You will defend that base against 3 waves while your tune is in that base.
Can I just say?
Yes, you can.
That do not use the defense ops option.
Yeah, they don't work.
Use the attack option.
So attacking spec ops rather than defending spec ops.
Yes.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Because technically you are attacking a base. So
yes.
Correct.
So base number 1, defeat that for praises of 1 Vindicator, 2 Vindicator component sets, an escort training token, sentry training token, and 2 Vindicator training tokens. Base 2 will reward 1 Caretaker, 2 full Caretaker component sets, 2 escort training tokens, 2 sentry training tokens, and 2 caretaker training tokens. Base number 3 will give you 1 envoy and 1 bishop. I'm assuming that's an unlock rather than a unit. And wave 2 will give you 2 full envoy component sets and 2 full bishop component sets. And for the completion, you will get 4 escort training tokens, 4 sentry tokens, 2 envoy tokens, and 2 bishop tokens. On completion of all 3 holdout bases, you will receive 1 random logistic and 1 restart token. Again, there is not a limit to the amount of restart tokens you can get during a holdout, and they are lost when the event ends. So the bonus base is typically the same thing as it has been before, which is war paint for the Sentry, the Omega Sandstorm, bronze, silver, and gold, and a random logistic for the gold base. Survivors repair all, Sentinel or Corpus repair all tokens. The available spec ops, now I don't know if that's a win or spec ops you can actually use. That's not something that is categorically stated here, but available spec ops are Burn Notice, which I've never heard of, Skyfall, which I don't know, Scrooge, which I don't know.
Burn Notice is the one that came out with the Chaplains, and Skyfall is the one that came out with the Apollos.
Okay, Scrooge. Don't know what that is.
It's a Christmas thing. It sends a phantom through your base and drops dresses.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrible, and it's a standard Phantom. It's absolutely horrible.
Funny as fuck though.
Unstoppable. That's a Widowmaker, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, what people don't realise about the Scrooge thing is if you sent your Phantom in as well, it would hit the Scrooge and not yours.
No way.
That's actually not a bad idea, to be honest.
Wake up, people!
Its electric, double agent, and anti-personnel shells are to round up holdout. And there's nothing at the bottom because Bernie didn't clip the fucking image before he posted it. Dumbass. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. So, the update notes, what do we think?
I think the update times are awesome.
I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but I'm going to throw it out there right now. One thing that should have been in the update notes that wasn't there was the reduction in tune v tune time.
Yeah, that's kind of a bollocks move they did.
What? Hang on.
A tune versus tune, they've reduced the time. So if I hit your tune like sniping, instead of having the standard, what is it, the average like every 7 minutes, like with anything, it's been knocked down to 3 minutes.
Really?
Yep, and they didn't tell nobody.
That sucks.
I
It's
never
not
noticed
in the-
that because even with a detonator stealth, I just get them.
That's
I just Queen. You sure about this? Because I just grabbed your tune, and it's 7 minutes, darling.
I've seen it all over the place. I mean, everywhere. It's been posted on pages. It's everywhere.
I'm telling you right now, I got your tune, and 7 minutes.
Go
Yeah, it
fuck
says-
the bastard if he's hitting your tune.
I am a bastard. I could have told you that.
No,
Shit.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's across the board. I mean, I'm not the only one who's talked about it. It's been everywhere. Look
Maybe
on
they
tape.
put it.
Maybe they
put it-
reversed it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't that way.
They
grab my tune and tell me if it works for you.
it may be a stealth thing that Kixeye have tried and attempted to put in the notes and then pulled it
It's 7 minutes.
and then reverted it because you know how sneaky Kixeye can be.
Yeah, it's always subject to change.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I
And
just
it's subject to change, revolt, and then changed back.
Well, you know what probably happened. Let's be honest.
My
Kixeye
rules
did it
apply,
me-
not yours.
Kixeye probably didn't mean to give it this week, so they didn't put it in the notes. They accidentally did it, and then like, oh shit, we got to reverse it and then make the announcement, then put it back.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Exactly. My rules, not yours.
Yeah. So
My house is my house kind of a deal.
No, not even that.
I'm going to kick you in the balls when I feel like
I
it.
mean, Steve
Situation.
Quinn just said it happened to him today, 3 minutes. So I don't know what's going on, if it's situational or what the deal is, but it is out there. If it has, unless it's been reversed since it's happened to Steve or whatnot, but it was out there.
Right, if you can't take a stealth detonator out within 30 seconds,
Quit the game.
exactly.
No.
No,
I
I
hit-
don't
I
think so.
hit-
Quick phantom pass.
I hit 3 stealth fucking detonators today, round the base, and then flattened the fucker. And it's like, how the fuck do you do that? It is so easy.
I mean, stealth detonators aside, if they try to make a sneaky pass, maybe I don't think it was even sneaky if it's been caught by so many people.
Look,
It may have been to
if
test.
they
the
are
water.
hitting a base and they are surrounded by detonators, they're not going to be in that tune defending it. They're hitting the base. So all you send in is your blackout. That's all you need to do. Send in your blackout right to the middle. Boom, dead. Done.
Nutcracker Salesman wants to know how your method works for killing stealth detonators.
I just
I use-
fucking said it.
I use two things. I use Titan and Blackout, and as soon as you see the damn drones start spawning, you're in the ballpark.
No, all you need is a blackout. That's all you need. You just send it to the middle. I even leave the battle before it gets to the middle because I know it's going to pick it up. So I can grab the next one.
Yeah, blackout seems to be the
Just
big good
use
option.
blackout. It's that simple.
So that's the update notes. As well as that, the 3 minute issue, it's probably a sneaky thing to test the waters for that shit in the future.
I agree.
All right. So, what does everybody think of the airfield?
Awesome.
I think
Awesome
it's
is
cool.
the key word I'm thinking.
I think it's
that's
cool.
a good idea that they did that.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
They haven't said anything about airfield platoons, though.
Yes, they
I'm
have.
not-
Not in the update notes.
no,
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 as
no,
far as tune size, air size goes, no.
no. But them giving us where it produces such as like Furies.
War production. They give us a war production.
Yeah.
It is kick ass. I love
Fury,
it.
Furies are going to make somebody's day very annoying.
No, bone saws.
Bone
Bone
Saws would be
Saws are
another
pretty
one.
tough little bastards. They're pretty tough.
Bone saws are the one. Because the bone saws, suicide, boom, they're fucking gone.
I don't. Is that a tech thing or is it? As
Oh no, all Bone Saws suicide.
No, all
Yeah,
bone
on
saws,
death.
suicide once dead.
It's been a while since I touched a bone saw. I'm not going to lie.
It's been a while since he's touched a bone.
It's
Wait,
been
what?
a
I
while.
was about to go there
Fucking
too.
vagina. But who gives a shit?
The sass is real tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, you got it.
Well,
Hey,
you
what's
got-
wrong?
if you
Going
got it
kind of
wrong,
wrong.
So is everybody? I mean, I'm a little disappointed that they added so many levels instead of doing a rebalance.
No, this is
well,
so much
you're
better.
only talking 5 levels on a couple of things. It's okay. Maybe they only, as far as I can see, they've only increased levels on the workshop, the airfield, and the tower.
No, they didn't add any levels to the tower. They added
No
features to
levels
the
to the tower.
Yeah, they added features to the tower. So the only
the
upgrades
workshop.
at the moment,
Whoa. Slow down.
the only updates at the moment are the workshop and the airfield,
Yeah,
that
the workshop got 3
pending-
levels.
pending CC15.
Yes, but
Guys, hang on. Can I just say, Jeff Pyatt just said airfield was dead via Raptors. No, it's not. My airfield is hidden. People are saying they want airfield reduction or they want airfield so you can turn it around and put it the other way around.
Rotation.
Yeah.
I've been
I'm
begging
like,
Kickstarter to
what the
rotate
fuck?
shit for years.
Yeah, but who gives a shit? My airfield is hidden. You can't fucking see it. So yeah, bring your Raptors in. They'll be fucking dead before they hit my airfield.
and on top of it, the Raptors don't target airfield first. You have to manually target, and if you're focused so hard on my airfield, that means my other shit's killing your shit.
No, that's an easy one again.
Oh, what he's saying is like if you're worrying about one thing,
Yeah, my other
you
shit.
can have
probably
those
does.
units focusing on your units.
Yeah.
Well, you use skill. It's a piece of piss.
All in good time is one of my favorite little phrases. And I mean, enough time will pass that it's able to do it. I mean, people don't have enough issues with the production in the barracks and the war factory already. So if you can deal with that, you can deal with the airfield.
Yes, Sailman, my airfield is hidden.
Well,
It's as with all things, a lot of it is player dependent. What works for one guy isn't going to work for somebody else. And
Yeah.
oh, so true. So true.
Totally
So-
agree with you, Phil. But
it's always
it-
been player dependent.
But it is looking at what you got and where you put it. It's as
Mhm.
simple as that.
You
I mean,
definitely
yeah.
got to.
I'm gonna. This isn't a dick measuring exercise. If you want to go see his base, go send him a PM and deal with it after the show. I'm not dealing with it now. I'm sorry.
No, I ain't dealing with it now. But I mean, I've got a lot of friends here that can look at my base anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
I can't.
they can all look at my base, and my airfield is hidden, and it's under protection of my CC.
There you go. So
What faction do you have yours set for?
Survivors,
Okay, just checking.
it's the best one. It always will be, for the time being, anyway.
for the time being, again, everything is subject to change. It's the nature
Oh,
of
yeah.
the game. It always has been. It always will be.
It gives
Yeah,
the
the
best buff.
beast.
It gives the best buff.
So I again, as I said while I was reading through the reductions on the upgrade
Yeah.
time for the bunkers,
Sorry,
the
Phil.
defense
Carry
labs, the command center's been reduced, but again, it's all. A lot of these numbers don't make much sense because Kixeye haven't compressed them into a readable format. All they've done is put negative numbers in days and seconds, and if you don't really read spreadsheets as well as I do, if you're not into the numbers, it's just going to confuse the shit out of you. But
Yeah, Casey Smoker would be good at that.
yeah. More than likely, they'd be better than me as well.
He would.
I'm a developer, not a database guy. So from what I can read here, Command Center level 10 and above gets a reduction of 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, and then another 4. Because they haven't got the actual fucking time. I mean, what they've done is the alt time is in seconds. If they'd had the alt time in the proper format, days, and hours and minutes, then I would be more inclined to accept this piece of shit for what it is. But unfortunately, because Kixeye math is Kixeye math, and
no,
Kixeye have done it the way that they've done it, it's really not as great as they would expect it to be, and it's not very readable.
Anyway, move on.
So at some point we'll go through this. So the only things that people are interested in is the CC, the defense lab, and the main big buildings. No one gives a fuck about bloody oils and metal storages. But there's a nice reduction on the weapons lab.
Wait a minute. No, you guys. Every time now, let's discuss this real quick. Every time they do a reduction on the resource and how much you can hold, there's a reason for it.
Yes, there is. Because you guarantee the new CC will give you a whole bunch more res. So.
And Queen and I were just talking about this last night.
Nah, we're all good with that.
So last night we were put in how much do you think it's going to be? She said 550. I said 600 million.
No,
then by the power vested in me is the immortal one, 750.
No, it won't be. It won't be.
I don't think it would be much higher than what it already is.
Well, they went from 250 to 350 to 450. I think it's 550 or 600. Take your pick.
I'm going 550.
It won't be any more than 550. And most high levels have got 650.
Pretty close, yeah.
Jeff, if I had
I would say majority
I wouldn't be here.
It's academic. It's not even worth going into.
It's just something to talk about. I mean, it's not.
No, it ain't.
I mean,
I disagree.
Move on. Next subject.
We can speculate until the fucking cows come home.
Exactly.
We can put bets on. We can guess, and we can speculate on days and times and everything else. But it shouldn't be that much more than what it already is. Probably add another one on the end of it, and you're good.
But that's my point.
Well, I'm more concerned about the days.
The days, yeah. Now,
14 days is nothing.
The last time we spoke to Storm Chaser, I don't think it was on a live show. It may have been an after hangout. And I made the suggestion that the current CC, well, the new CC, should not be any more than the old one, the old level. So the level 14 is 14 days. Therefore, the level 15 should be 14 days. And that's why I personally think this is why these reductions are coming in. So the building upgrades.
It'd be 15 days.
I think it's 15 because the weapons lab is still 15, and I got a feeling
the weapons lab is coming down. The weapons lab has had a 4.5 day reduction.
It's 10 days.
Well,
10 days.
I didn't even see that part.
The weapons lab
Get with
had a 4.5 day reduction.
I am a little hectic over here this week.
You are very busy, so I know you're busy. So
you should know this.
Not today, he isn't. I'm running the show.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, tell him, Phil.
I got a lot going on. I ain't even going to try.
I'm going to give him a pass this time, but if he drops the ball again, I'm going to kick his ass.
That sounds like a plan. Well, I'll go with that.
Everybody's allowed one. I dropped the ball a couple of weeks ago when I fucking fell asleep and should have been running the show. So everybody's allowed at least one mistake. So
we're getting off the subject.
Yeah. The weapons lab. Come on.
Can we get off the fucking spreadsheet?
I'm trying my best. The weapons lab has had a 4.5 day reduction.
Dirt my eyes.
The workshop has had a bunch of reductions from level 5 onwards. The defense lab has had it looks like a reduction from level 2 onwards. Anywhere up to 5 days at level 26.
Yeah, last level has come down 5 days,
which is pretty damn good, and it reinforces what I just said. So the new levels should be no more than the old levels were when they were at max. That's my belief, anyway.
I still think it'll be 15 days for the CC.
I'm still a firm believer, and I'm going back to many updates ago, that nothing would ever be longer than the CC upgrade.
Mhm.
2, anything below the CC upgrade wasn't going to be over 5 days. And 3, anything that did involve Thor was going to be instant.
Mhm.
We are still missing
Okay.
those features.
That's that's something we did bring up to Storm Chaser a while ago, and that was prior. No, I think it was
Prior to his
after.
time.
Prior to his, I would call it sufficient jailing by Kixeye against the community, when he was talking to us avant-garde, so to speak. So
No, that was something when they brought that out. Wrong Thinker was still our dev.
Yeah, that was
that's-
wrong.
Oh,
Yeah, she's right. She
how
is
dare
right.
you swear on this show?
Well, I'm giving time in who was where when, and at the time when those three things were told us, Wrong Thinker was our dev at the time.
Look, what we got at the moment, the team we got at the moment is
Yes.
awesome.
It
The
is
amount of stuff he puts forward to us is brilliant. What they do is brilliant. They are really listening to the players now. The only downside is they're not listening to PvP players.
Agreed.
Okay, they're listening
There
to-
comes the truth. There
They're-
comes the truth.
They're listening to a small demographic of the community.
And I'm gonna.
Anyway,
I'm
we
gonna-
won't
no,
go
no,
there.
Yes, we
No.
are. Whoa,
No,
whoa!
we're
This
not.
is my
Not
show.
yet.
And
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Not yet.
whoa,
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 whoa.
whoa, whoa,
Finish.
whoa! Yes, I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna. I'll get myself in trouble because that's me. But here's the fact. The fact is, they're going into Discord. They are talking to a certain number of people, and yes, they are directly talking to one player that has literally admitted he does not play anything but Corpus Faction. He does not play every day. He spends all his time trolling in there. The Storm Chaser is now spending a lot of time and telling him information up front. Literally, I will call it. I won't put his name out there, but I'm
Put his
telling you
game
right
name
now.
out there.
I'm not going to go there. I'll be good. But I'm going to be honest. This guy does not play active. I love to see his base. I have heard rumors of where it's in. It's in a mediocre sector. I guarantee he thinks he's the big bad, and we all know he's not. I mean, literally, if you're only doing your faction on one side and just doing Corpus only, you're not doing everything what everybody else is doing. So why are they taking the word of a guy that literally plays his way and now is not even playing like the game is designed? But hey, let's listen to this guy. Oh wait, because he's in Discord 24/7 up everybody's ass. Okay, Nutcracker, you can unmute and say anything you want, and I'll mute now.
Sometimes
Okay.
it's good to get off the chest.
And that moment of silence we just had was 2 rams hitting their heads against each other. It was so loud we couldn't hear it.
I got
That's just
the
what
gist
happened.
of it. I got the gist of it, and I can neither agree nor disagree because I do not spend any time in the War Commander Discord at all because I have no love for it. I have no love for the people that are in there who do this kind of shit. And I have to echo what Roy said for a minute. And if you are one of those people that spend all of your time in the Discord, and I know it's gonna be the biggest hypocritical fucking move in the world for me to say this, because I don't even play, and I haven't played for a long time, and I have no intention of picking up this game ever again. But as I have said in prior rants, prior moments, prior drunken fucking ramblings, that I know more about this game now than a lot of people ever will. And it's not just about the game that you've got to know. It's strategy, it's tactical preparation, it's knowing the game inside and out, and it's knowing the company you're involved with. Knowing the company involved with means one of two things. Yes, call it out when it's bullshit. And on the other side, put them up when it's good. And instead of praising the company, praise the people that are doing the work. And to be honest, we're all guilty of it. That's something we do not do enough of. We're very, very quick to beat the shit out of them when necessary. But a lot of us and myself included, are not quick enough to tell them when they've done the right thing. And tonight, reading the update notes as I have, while it's not set out in the right way personally that I would like it to be, the reduction to buildings overall and the quality of life past the game has been given at this point prior to the speculative CC update in a couple of months, if not 6 to 8 weeks at the most, is a good thing, because it means they've taken advice on board and are using it to improve the game as a whole. That way, it's not really increasing any time that is being lost with the reduction. The last time they did a reduction of this manner, they dragged a year of time out of the game, made a bunch of shit, a damn sight faster and a damn sight cheaper, and there was over a year's worth of time they'd removed. But by the time we'd added up all of the time that they've put on with the newer updates, it was over 3 years worth of updates without coin, I might add. And that was solely on the time basis of it. And the guys who don't coin at all are still catching up with that set of updates before this set of updates even come out.
Oh, definitely. I totally agree. And I mean, just based on the time frame you've given with, years of updates, when the CC14 rollout came, if you were current up to the CC14, everything was current and up to date on the big stuff. I mean, I'm not counting, your storages, your vaults or anything like that, or your res producers or anything. I'm talking about the bread and butter, the meat and potatoes of what makes your base a base.
Mm-hmm.
If that was all current and up to date, when that CC14 rollout came out, if you did everything in a timely manner, no coin, no nada to zilch, it was 18 months calculated it would take just with the CC14 rollout levels to get everything up to max level just on that rollout. And we know they've got, every 6 to 6.5 months, maybe 7, they're doing another rollout. So just doing on the basic 6-month principle, by the time you would have gotten current, if you hadn't coined with just the 14 rollout upgrades, you have possibly 3 more rollouts that are going to come out from that rollout. So you're talking about people going before the CC14 rollout that are still playing catch up. And now you've got, the 18 months of that they're doing with the 14 rollout. Now we've got the next CC15 rollout coming. So, I mean, if you're not spending money, it's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no better
from free to play to pay to stay current.
Can I add into this?
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a page with over 5,000 War Commander players on it, and I changed the title to Evolve rather than, hate the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game that evolves as we go along. It isn't a static game. It's a game that evolves. You are going to get upgrades. You are going to get tune upgrades. You're going to get fucking base upgrades. It will continue because that is the way the game is. It evolves. I don't buy a game in a shop, play it for 2 weeks, and then take it back and sell it back for fucking
a $5 or some shit like that.
Yeah. I play this game. It is a live game that evolves. If you don't like upgrading and you call it Upgrade Commander, go play fucking, what's it called? Candy Crush?
Oh no, Farmville died a long time ago, so Candy Crush is probably about the only one that's still alive.
Yeah. It's the way the game is.
Candy Crush.
It is an upgrade game.
So Candy Crush is probably about the only one that's still alive. Yeah, mute your YouTube, Del. I'm gonna have to mute you so I don't get no more feedback.
That was naughty. That was awful. Anyway, my point is, this is a game that evolves as you play.
Yeah.
And if you don't like upgrades, and the amount of people that fucking moan about upgrades is like unbearable. It is part of the game because it's an evolving game.
It is. I mean, in fact, we're going to go from a War Commander maths lesson to a War Commander history lesson. This game has been alive for 7 goddamn years.
Nearly 8.
We're almost at 8.
Yeah, we're on the brink of 8. Yeah.
We're on the brink of 8 years of War Commander at this point.
That's fucking awesome for an online game.
Well, not even just any online game, a Flash-based game at that.
Well, you look at any... I mean, War Commander I would classify under the MMO. The multiplayer, the massively multiplayer online game. Because that's what it is. War Commander is a multiplayer online game. And there aren't that many games that have done as much as Kixeye have pissed me off to the point where I don't want to bother with their games anymore. They've gone as far as a lot of others have, and a fair few others have tried and failed miserably to boot. I mean, Blizzard and Warcraft have been going for 13 years. That's only a 5-year gap. That's not a lot of time in gaming these days. You can go from one game to another from year to year to year, but this one is still going. I can tell you 100 different projects and 100 different games have come up, been there for a year, and then disappeared. The collected card game I was playing lasted less than a year.
That's because you played it.
Well, well, yeah, I did play it. I enjoyed it. But even with the backing of a big company like CBS, at the end of the day, it wasn't bringing in what they wanted, so they shut the game down. And it's hard to see a game that is enjoyed by so many people killed after only a year. And War Commander is a game both loved and hated by... Nutcracker said 5,000 people, 5,000 War Commander players on his Facebook page. The old the Battle Vortex. Well, it's not Battle Vortex page now. It's the
it's one I've got. It's one I've got. It's level hate. War Commander level hate, and that's pretty apt.
Yeah, it is. It's you either love the game or you hate it, or you love to hate it.
Exactly.
In that sense of the word. And we all have our moments where we both loved and loathed the game. I've had my moments of the same thing. I mean, there are thousands of players still going at it. I mean, granted, the audience isn't as big as it used to be, but there is still an audience, both coiner and non-coiner alike, that still play. And fair play to you. If you can have the enjoyment out of it, then there's nobody really to stop you from doing so. And it's kind of gotten into the fucking philosophical fucking shit fuck area at the moment. And so I'm going to, let's, first thing off the top of my head. So I'm going to go, fuck it. I'm going to start at the end of the panel and we're going to go with what you don't like and what you do like from the update. And we will start with Black Hydra. You're up first.
I actually like what they did with the, what you call it, the airfield.
Mm-hmm. Anything you don't like?
No, I think Kixeye nailed everything on the head this time. Very proud of them.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Sonia, you are muted, darling. So is there anything you do or don't like from this update?
I haven't been able to see a whole lot. Been a busy couple of days with work and all, but I like the cut down times on some of these upgrades that I'm still behind on.
That's good. That's good. Killer Queen?
I like everything. I mean, I don't like the gold I spent to get everything maxed again, but hey, that was my choice. I chose to do it. As I say, golding is a choice. It's not a must, but if I want to be the best that I can be, it comes out of my pocket. So honestly, I like everything. I like the features that they've given to the radio tower. I think it's pretty cool. I love the war production coming out of the airfield now. Love it. kind of was hoping with the added levels we might have got some airspace. But hey, everybody says, I've seen a lot of people say we don't need airspace. We just need to pick and choose what we use. So if I had to say I didn't like anything, I guess my wishful thinking on wanting more PvP airspace.
That's a given from a lot of people that I've heard. Nutcracker.
No, I'd like more PvP airspace, but I hit a base today and I didn't need all my PvP air. So that's fine. What they've given us on our airfield is awesome. So just keep it going.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Black Covenant.
Mostly I like the more production on the airfield. The reduction in some of the times is good, although in my case I didn't need most of it. I'm one of those players that I'm impatient and I'll coin it if I really feel I need it.
Yeah.
The one thing that I didn't care for, which is the thing that kind of tried to sneak in and appears that they have snuck it back out at least momentarily, was the 3-minute platoon fight.
Yeah.
Well,
Aside from that, like I said, apparently that's something they either decided to back off on or they didn't intend to roll it out this time.
Or it was an accident.
Yeah. Like I said, or they didn't intend to roll it out this time.
Roy.
Be honest, I like pretty much everything they did. Really did like the radio tower changes. They didn't add days, so I think that was a real plus. Did not like the 3-minute rule, but it looks like they pulled it out, so I'm good with that.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff.
He said pulled it out.
He did. I wasn't going to try and pick up on that one. But
I didn't want to either for once.
Apparently, Phil,
I am here. It will be mentioned.
Okay, now we know where her mind is in the gutter, in the gutter, in the gutter, in the gutter.
Hey, a terrible mind is a horrible.
Gutter is only in Lick My Boots bed.
At least pulling it out isn't as bad as fisting.
Oh, God.
Really, I'm
I
trying to
had
make
to
my
go
coffee.
there, old school.
Anyway, back to topic.
back to what I was talking about, and I am in agreement with the panel. The update notes have looked fairly good, to be perfectly honest. I like a good quality of life pass. I like a good building upgrades. I like the fact that Kixeye have listened to something I said fucking months ago, and it's about damn time. And it looks like everyone's particularly happy with this set of updates, and so am I, to be honest. I mean, the general consensus that this is a good thing, and again, like I said earlier, we're quick enough to beat the shit out of them when they fuck it up, but we're not fast enough to say that they've done a good thing, and they have done a good thing with this. Hopefully, in the next month and a half, when CC15, again, it's pure speculation. It either will or will come out. And even though we all know the timetable for CCs has been every 6 months for the last couple of years, and we're looking at middle end of February, early March for the next CC. And again, it is speculative. Everything is subject to change. Terms and conditions apply. Blah blah blah. But we can all say pretty much, yeah, that's going to come, and we will see just how well these reductions come when the next set of updates come out for the buildings. And so I think that leads us to the end, unless anybody has anything they want to bring up.
Just the fact that literally, Kickside is doing all these adjustments. And they didn't do no PvP adjustments that we locked down because we don't know what the deal is with the 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I think what they're trying to do is give us that nice massage before they kick us in the nuts.
To be honest, hearing the 3 minutes that was there and then not there, I think Kickside were testing the water for that.
I think you're right.
Kickside would never kick my nuts.
Yeah, no, they just crack your nuts.
Yeah, you keep thinking that.
No, I do that.
Yeah, exactly. The point is, what I'm thinking is they threw this one last PvP change at us last week. They took this week and said, let's see if we can, soften the waters a little bit before they come back and hit us again. I think they're about next week. I think we're going to find some more hits from what the rumor mill is. We're about to get hit with one of the worst ones of the bunch. I don't want to get into it because I'm hoping they change their mind on it.
They won't.
No, they won't. But I'm hoping. I'm just going to hope. So, positive thinking. Let's keep in one way. Kixeye, please keep up the good work on the changes you are making. Stop fucking with PvP. I think it would be a blessing.
I'm going to go off what Roy said, and by all means, test the water. And even if it's a day and a half of something that you want to implement, consult actual players.
Well,
and I mean I say actual players who are highly active in PvP areas.
they're trying to get the server back up running properly for the preview server.
Mm-hmm.
All right, catch me up.
It's still in progress, and this is from Storm Chaser.
Mm-hmm.
It's still in process, but they are hoping to get it up and running. If they do, that's where it'll happen. But years ago, you used to get players, and they used to say, "Meet me in sector so and so," and they
And they
go
say,
there and
"That's
test out those units.
Yeah.
And test out different scenarios.
Right.
We used to do that on the BV show.
Yeah, I mean, they don't do that now.
No.
I mean, everybody's asking, we need the preview server. Yes, we do, because that's where it really happens. But the trouble is with a preview server, people abuse it.
Oh, they abuse it.
They
I've
still
seen
think
it.
they can go there and still play their war game using the free gold that's given there instead of actually using it what it's meant for, and that's going and testing the units that they're trying to
Exactly.
the
People
table.
abuse it.
Exactly.
So, never mind this bloody ranking system on Discord. Never mind what level you are. How much do you play is what they should look at.
Pray
And
or
those
play.
people they should take into a preview server and sort out these things.
I mean, although infamy can be manipulated in certain ways,
Infamy means fuck all today.
I know, but the one suggestion I would have for them to appropriate the certain set of players is have somebody in the gold infamy bracket or the top bracket.
Yeah,
And
well, if you look at Discord,
from there, yeah, I know.
Well, the thing is, you can't automatically go off the top bracket as well. If you got infamy banks,
Yeah.
they do exist. You can't sit there and say that they actually know what they're doing. I mean, they're just sitting there hoarding.
I know.
one of my clan has deliberately got themselves high ranked on Discord. And they've done it deliberately to prove a point. And they are still not invited to any focus group.
Well, no, they're probably not saying the right words. As in,
But they're high ranked.
As
Yeah.
in,
that's right.
But they're high ranked.
High rank. Well, I can get high rank, but you think Kixeye's going to listen to me? I'm on the naughty list for life.
Point
you and me
taken.
both.
Point made.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. I have been put on the naughty list for customer service, for
Yeah.
Discord.
Socks just
For
put it
moderators,
absolutely perfect.
and for
Grab your cheeks and
fundraising
say,
now. I am the naughty list. I am on top of the naughty list.
No,
and you know what?
you're not. I'm on top of the naughty list.
Well,
I don't know.
for actively playing people,
Yeah, for active people, I'm probably number one
Okay.
in every
Yeah,
category.
I get the fucking dig in the ribs there, Queen.
well, I don't mean it as a dig, but I mean, you know
I
what
do.
I'm saying.
yeah, you would. All right, okay. Let's get
But
some
let's be
back into
honest,
this.
though. If you ever were not put on that naughty list, you automatically got removed from anything to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like an instant, okay, see you later. goodbye, you're not allowed.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't want to put me there anyway because me and Roy have the same problem where that comes. We'll lose cannons.
Yeah,
You never really know what one of us is going to say from one moment to the next, even when we're in a semi-scripted show.
let's be honest. The truth is, Kickside is rolling out these rules, and that's fine. They want to roll these rules out, and they're good with changing these rules and doing these certain things. My problem with it, and my only problem with it, is they're coming up with these rules from people that are spending the time in Discord and not playing the game like it's meant to be. The person they're listening to right now has admitted to a lot of stuff. He has admitted to this. He has admitted, I only use Corpus for everything. I only do this. I only do that. So you are already admitting you limit to how you play. I guarantee you limit how you're playing PvP or PvE. I guarantee you're literally just not a 24/7 player. You're more of a 24/7 Discord. And to me, why are they listening to that? I don't understand. I probably will never understand.
And to be fair, I'm in agreement. I wouldn't understand it either. I mean, even though I've been out of the game for a long time, I could walk back into the game and know what's what without having to even touch anything. Somebody like that, who doesn't keep up with the game, limits himself to one faction over another. What happens when it comes to events? And you have to use different shit like that. How does that impact his gameplay? And if he's going to be this one-sided Tory bastard, then there's no semblance in him having any strategical information at all that is going to be helpful.
Does anybody really know his game name?
Player, let alone helping Kixeye make the right decisions. Helping Kixeye make the right decisions comes from people who play every single day. Doesn't matter if you're a 24-hour player or you're an hour a day. If you're playing an hour a day, you at least know what you're doing in that respect. Even if you're not a wholehearted PvP guy like some of the guys on the panel are, you don't have to be all PvP. You don't have to be all PvP. And the nature of this game, to get anywhere, you have to do, it's a half and half job. You have to be good at PvE to learn the units to be good at PvP. And if you're shit at PvE, you're going to be shit at PvP.
Or you better have some deep motherfucking pockets.
Yeah, you got to have some Killer Queen big pockets there.
Oh, they're not that big. They're just not that small right now either.
They're bigger than mine, I can tell you that.
I got no PvP pockets. Well, I get mine.
You get your
my kids have made sure my PvP pockets this weekend are going to poof. There they go.
That's what kids are good at.
Yes.
Yes, they are. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up, and we'll throw some shout outs and some last words out there, and we will leave you all be for the evening. So we will start with Black Hydra. Give me your shout outs.
Shout out to YouTube, shout out to the panel, big shout out to Queenie for showing me the tunes. And shout out to you, Roy and Phil. And shout out to my lovely lady that's watching. Thanks.
Yeah, you keep your butt crack in your pants this time. Sorry, last words, Alan.
Butt crack.
Sorry for being late again. You know, life does it to you. There's a couple things, obviously, I'm going to have to catch up on off show, but shout out to the panel, YouTube, War Commander, all the lovely people out there.
Excellent. Queenie, shout out stuff.
Shout out to everybody here on the panel. You're welcome, Hydra, for that tidbit. Shout out to YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Always love coming here, see some different faces. Love the little hot debate earlier. That was nice. Always fun when it's never a dull moment. Shout out to Kix. I like the new updates. Kudos. Mad props on that. And if I don't see y'all before Sunday, if I even make it Sunday, if I'm there, I will see y'all at 6 p.m. Eastern Sunday afternoon.
Excellent, excellent. Nutcracker, shout outs, please, buddy.
You better be there, you bitch.
Oh, well, I will
shots fired.
Shots
I will
fired.
definitely
Damn.
be on the Battle Vortex show at 9.
9 p.m. UK time.
Yeah.
Oof.
You better be there, bitch.
That's 4 p.m. Eastern, by the way, guys.
Damn.
And this fucking woman's coming to stay at my place.
I hope you were wearing a cup over there, man.
God.
Woo.
I'm going to get a fucking metal suit.
Oh,
Fucking
You
castle down the road.
you need to pull a grizzly and go get the colander and stick that on your head and hope for the best.
That ain't going to be enough.
Shout out, man. Shout out.
So,
Anyway, shout outs, everybody on the panel, everybody on YouTube. YouTube guys, thanks for coming along. You do learn stuff. Keep it up.
Every once in a while.
And to Kicks Eye, well done. Big time fucking updates that I love. It's about time you give us something.
Good stuff.
And
Good.
to the rest of you anchors, tough shit if you ain't got skill.
hard to argue with that.
Good
Very hard to
stuff.
argue with that.
It's hard to argue, so I'm not going to. Black Covenant, shout out, please, bud.
Shout out to the panel. Shout out to Queen for the tips on the platoon for the level 3 challenge base.
Yep.
Other than that, I hope everybody has a nice night. I'm going to sit here and drink my Mountain Dew.
Why not a beer?
He doesn't drink.
Because beer sucks.
I do
If I
not
were-
like you anymore.
If this wasn't the end of the show, I'd kick you for that comment.
Go ahead, kick me.
how many made points for that?
I'd kick the shit out of him for that.
Uh-huh.
But I know Huntsman's still ill, so I'm going to deduct you 100 billion bead points.
Amen.
I'm okay with that. Guess what? I can still buy my Mountain Dew.
200 billion.
And guess what? I still have Mountain Dew.
don't think it's going to matter at this point. Don't
Huntsman
think it's
wouldn't
gonna
take this insolence. I don't really care. I just want to wrap up and go to bed. So, Roy, shout outs, my man.
Shout out to YouTube. Thanks for coming out and having a good time with us as usual. Shout out to everybody that has been going to the page, liking everything. Thank you, Queen, for help keep me up with everything. Because unfortunately, I've been a little hectic this week. Hopefully, starting tomorrow, things go back to normal.
You don't get normal.
Big shout out to Phil. Thanks for putting up with my activity, if that is a word, by the way.
Inactivity would be more appropriate.
Yeah, it's been a little thing around here. So thanks everybody for coming out. And Phil, your shout outs, and let's get the hell out of here.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Kicksai for one. Yes, I know it's a shock. I'm going to give Kicksai a shout out first for actually doing something that was overwhelmingly positive for once. Although your spreadsheet still leaves a lot to be desired, and I'll give somebody a kick in the nuts for that later. But of course, I want to shout out to my panel this evening. You guys were, as usual, hectic and absolutely fantastic. All the guys out there on YouTube, some of the comments were, again, hectic and fantastic all at the same time. So you can join us again on Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. And until then, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Now, fuck off. Good night.